Don't be fooled by the internet. Use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind, and the prize is the soul.
Propaganda is a tool used to control the masses and the way we feel and think, specifically about things politically. Since the creation, media has always been an extremely powerful tool for propaganda used by governments all across the world. Radio stations, TV stations, movies, everything we hear and listen to. Whoever controls the media controls the mind. This is a quote that Beyoncé used in the Renaissance interlude from Jim Morrison. Social media has become the most powerful form of media in recent years. In the beginning of this video, you heard a speech that Prince made while he was accepting an award about the dangers of the internet and social media. He talked about how social media was being used to control our minds. Beyoncé has, over the last few years, expressed the same feelings and sentiments about social media. Without using the direct term, she even once described how she thought of social media as an echo chamber. Over a year ago on my TikTok, I made a theory about what I think the purpose or the idea of Echoville is, using the Wizard of Oz themes and theories that we saw, specifically focusing on Emerald City. There are lots of theories out there about the Matrix and even Beyoncé's usage of Barbie in the Verizon commercial. And one thing that I realized is similar across Emerald City, the Matrix, and the Barbie movie is this idea of someone being ripped out of their home place into a different or an alternate reality, a reality where people in that reality or in the alternate reality don't realize that they are under some sort of mind control or brainwashing. So that brings us to Emerald City. This specific part, when they get to Emerald City, is important because Beyoncé has been using a lot of medium forums throughout this trilogy: the newspaper, television broadcasting, radio stations. And I want to specifically talk about television broadcasting. So in Emerald City, we see everyone all glammed up and almost like figurines. And we see this little camera that's walking around, recording them in real time. And they're singing about how much they love the color green and how they would never be caught dead wearing the color red. What's interesting is that behind them, there's a huge television screen that coincides with the cameras. And we hear the jingle that lets us know and lets them know that The Wiz is about to make an announcement. It's the same one that Beyoncé used in Homecoming when she was coming up from the stairs. And so The Wiz makes his announcement and he lets them know that green is not anymore and he wants to, the new color is red. And what's interesting is that they're clearly being watched on a television, right? And so the very first line of the song starting with green was that they would never be caught dead wearing red. And just in a matter of The Wiz saying, I like red now, everyone collectively changes their mind and is like, red's in, red's the new hot thing. They don't seem to have any sort of opinion of their own. They all are existing on this collective mindset of whatever they're being told that they have to like. What's even more interesting is this camera that they are on, and it's clear that they're on television. And they know that they're on television, and they know that they're being watched. No one dares to step out of line out of fear of what the Wiz may do to them if they do. And it's just so interesting how they're using television to broadcast what's hot, what's in, and what everyone must like and be into. It's the Emerald City version of propaganda. And so it brings me to this part of the tour where this character is reading the Echoville newspaper, and then she holds up a remote control and she turns it on. She turns the TV on. And when she turns the TV on, the visual on the screen is the audience. We are now being watched by that character, like the same way that the Wiz is watching everyone in Emerald City. And so for this scenario in Renaissance, the Wiz or this character tells everyone that the color is silver, and so everyone is wearing silver while they're being watched on camera. And so that brings me to the Cowboy Carter tour, because at the very beginning of the tour, after the first set, Beyonce sits on this gold memorial throne and she raises up her remote control and turns on the TV, just like she did in Renaissance in those interludes. This time, instead, there's actual visuals on the screen other than just the audience. At one point, we see Beyonce sitting in a room full of TVs that stack upon each other, and she's watching multiple different things on each TV. Then it goes into this montage of these news station clips of different things, some of them talking about Beyonce and country music. Then we go into the part where the words propaganda and conform flash on the screen. And then, of course, we see Beyonce trapped inside the TV. Then we go into America Has a Problem, which is designed with this television broadcasting news station set that she brought back from Renaissance. In Renaissance, it is a news station on air. In Cowboy Carter, it's a press conference. Much like the one from the Verizon commercial when she played Botus. During the Renaissance era, there was this continuous thing of breaking news with the country news station. And we see the press conference, which we know press conferences happen when there is something serious going on or something urgent going on, when something big just happened. Then you have to have a press conference on it after an event. So there's this sense of urgency with this breaking news. Now, in one of my previous videos recently, I said that we could get a radio station theme again in Act 3. But I also want to think about it a different way. And I've been thinking about the idea of, instead of it being a radio station, it being a news station interludes, like reporting, breaking news. We have the DJ booth party set with Renaissance. We got the radio station with Cowboy Carter. Maybe we will get the news station or something TV related with Act 3. And that's why we keep seeing so much of the news. The question is, what is the breaking news that needs to be told? And it brings me to this part of the Echoeville newspaper that says, "You will report to me." Words that are also echoed in Beyonce's song with Travis Scott, Delestro.
Hey, now you will report to me. Hey, now you will report to me.
The song is very eerie, but I believe that Echoeville is this sort of Emerald City fever dream place where the citizens of Echoeville are under a mind control, and Beyonce is this sort of Dorothy character that lands into a world or a universe that isn't her own or that is alternate of her own. And it's a similar theme that runs across The Matrix, the Barbie movie, The Wizard of Oz, etc., of this having this main character that is learning and seeing things for what it is, right? And using America Has a Problem within all of these TV and propaganda visuals is her trying to let us know that America is using media to manipulate and brainwash us. In the outfit that Beyonce wears on the Cowboy Carter tour for America Has a Problem, which she wears the entire tour, the lyrics from I'm That Girl are plastered all over the outfit. And I kept wondering why she would choose that song, and I realized it's because she says multiple times in that specific song, my un-American life. She calls herself un-American. So what makes her un-American? And I thought about this part in the Renaissance interlude where we see her hooked up to these chords. There's this point where she's drowning, and then it cuts directly to the funeral scene from Black is King, and then back to her in the water, and then she wakes up and sits up. I believe this represents her breaking out of the simulation or breaking out of the matrix. And I've said before that I believe that Beyonce has been working on this project since at least Homecoming. And so going into Black is King, I feel like there's a lot more setup for this than we think, specifically in songs like Bigger. Her saying things like, we're bigger than the picture that they framed us to see, is a very subtle way of saying, look past what we're being told, look past what we're being shown, because they're not telling you the truth. They're manipulating you. And in the Echoeville newspaper, I don't know if I can get a good shot of it because it's blurry, but where Beyonce's picture is, it says local woman stands up or speaks up, something like that. And I feel like Beyonce's character in this storyline is the un-American person because she's broken out of the American matrix and now she's coming back to warn us and to break us out of the matrix too. Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. I will touch on the subject more in another video, but for this one, that is it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.